Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for stopping back by today. Today I'm going to discuss a topic that I believe is the most instrumental to your success as an insurance agent. Many people try to avoid this topic, and I think the reason why they try to avoid it is because it could potentially run some people away. I'm the type of person that I don't run away from this topic because without discussing this topic, without understanding it and understanding it fully, you are setting a person up or setting yourself up for failure. So we are going to discuss what I believe is the most important topic to your success as an insurance agent, and we're doing it right now. All right, so let's just say that you were buying a property for the purpose of investing. What stands out in your mind as being the most important characteristic about this property and would influence your decision making on whether you bought or not? For me, it would be where the property is located. There's nothing in my mind that stands out to be more important than that, because that is what influences property value over time. So when you think about the insurance agency business, what stands out in your mind as being the most important characteristic of the business? For me, that would be the customer. There's nothing more important than the customer. So then if I say that it's the customer that's more important than anything else, I start thinking in my mind, who is the customer? In America, there are about 330 million people. And of those 330 million, about 100 million, that's a third of America, are either not insured, don't have sufficient insurance, or maybe they just don't have a policy that works for them. Either way, there's 100 million people that need insurance. So there's a huge market out there for you to serve. How do you get access to the market? Now we're getting to what really moves the needle in the insurance business. You have to ask yourself, how are you going to get access to your customer? And you can do that in different ways. Some people elect to cold call. And cold calling for me is a never-ending struggle. It's over and over again calling people who are not expecting you to call. So you can imagine how that goes. Most of the people you're not going to even get in contact with because they're not going to answer the phone. And many of them are just going to hang up on you if they do answer the phone. So it's a lot of rejection. So you're going to really train that rejection muscle if you decide to go the cold call way, and you're probably going to sell a lot less insurance. So if you really want to sell insurance, or you want to sell it in big numbers, I think at least what I am going to do is I am going to make lead investments. I'm going to purchase leads. Can you imagine that? Having to buy leads? Yes, I can imagine it. I can get a real love for buying leads because then I'm calling people who are expecting me to call them, who have asked for more information about the very product that I'm selling, who have filled out questionnaires, answered questions, and given their information. So those are the people that I want to talk to. So I'm going to make a lead investment to talk to those people, because guess what happens when I talk to those people? More of them will answer the phone, and I will close more of them and sell more of them. That's just how that goes. That's how that goes. And I'm in the business of selling. I'm not in the business of calling, just calling. That's a part of it, but I don't want to just make calls all day. So because of that, I am going to buy leads. I don't think that you should shy away from buying leads. You need to evaluate this for yourself and look into it for yourself, but you'll see as we start to go through the process, me purchase leads and what the results will be, because I will purchase leads and I'll show you how much leads I purchased and what the return on investments were. Now, I don't intend to buy leads forever because it's an expense to my business. Even though I'm making a return on the investment, I'm still paying money to make money. And that's okay, but at some point, I want to move away from the expense of buying leads. I want to generate my own leads. I don't know if that's a path that you want to go. Maybe you'll find out that purchasing leads, if you decide to go that route, is just where you want to be. That's best for you. But for me, having a YouTube channel and being in the social media space, I am going to, at some point, probably after the first 6 months, start to generate my own leads, because it just makes good business sense. Don't you think so? pay for leads, pay a lot of money for leads because it is expensive. I'm going to be spending about $500 to $1,000 a week when I first get started on leads. I definitely expect to make a great return on that, but it's still an expense. So at some point, I am going to generate my own leads. How do you see that? Do you think that at some point you're going to look to generate your own leads? Do you even think that it's good for you to buy leads? Are you looking to go the cold call route? Let us know what your thoughts are. How you plan to navigate this part of your business. At any rate, I think that this is probably the most important decision that you'll make, so choose wisely. Have a great day. Have a great rest of your week. Until the next time, see you at the top because the bottom is too crowded.